Now, Assalamu alaikum shabaike. Welcome to today's meetup. Our today's meetup topic is Bangladeshi women's role in the IT career field. And we have a special guest here today, Sanila Tahsin Apu. We're going to talk to her briefly about what the role of Bangladeshi women is in the IT careers and how they can progress, what are the challenges, opportunities, and how we can progress and how we can network with them and how we can progress forward. Because having said that, please briefly introduce you to our guest speaker, Sanila Tahsin Apu. If you can briefly introduce yourself, that'll be good for all of us.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Sanila, and I have been working in the IT industry for over 7 years now. Currently, I'm a QA lead engineer in a digital advertising agency, and that's I can come up with.
Okay, no problem. I think that's good enough. So I'm just gonna tell briefly to everybody. If anybody has any questions to Shanila Apu, please post it on the chat, and we're gonna address those particular questions later on at the end of the session. So first topic we will talk about, and I hope if somebody joins, we'll talk about the first topic is the challenges of Bangladeshi women face to pursue an IT career. We're going to divide this into two parts. One is the cultural part, the other one is the opportunity part. Which one you
Mhm.
choose, you can start.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for giving me the honor to speak about this um, significant topic and discuss the role of Bangladeshi women in our um, country, in this country, in the IT industry. Now, first thing, I do want to start with when I talk about the challenges and the opportunities, the first thing comes in my mind is the cultural drawbacks and the cultural perspective.
Right.
So I would like to firstly say that being a Bangladeshi, we encounter a lot of cultural expectations that often prioritize the family responsibility over the career aspirations. So traditional gender roles and societal norms can actually create some of the significant obstacles, and it can make it really challenging for us women to balance our work and family lives. Now, the pressure to fulfill the domestic duties while pursuing a demanding IT career can be really overwhelming sometimes. But I do not want to scare people off, but I can also say we started breaking the stereotypes and we are forging ahead to achieve our professional goals while managing our familial responsibilities. So that would be the cultural part. And what was
O-
the second one?
Opportunity wise, the
Right.
opportunity wise,
Right. So the opportunity wise, I would really say first thing is the underrepresentation of Bangladeshi women in the vast IT industry. That is very challenging because limited visibility and lack of representation makes it really difficult to find a mentor or any role models that will understand our unique experiences and can actually guide us to the
this is one of the
career
reasons
journey.
why we're doing this. Go
Exactly,
ahead.
absolutely. um, and also the absence of the supportive network that resonates with the cultural background that can be isolating sometimes. And that is why Bitna, a group like this, is actually coming towards everyone and making some changes, which is absolutely amazing. And that is actually making the significant strides and motivating our passion for technology and a desire to a career path like this.
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে. And we'll talk about second topic. about things which can help Bangladeshi women pursue an IT career. This is a very vast topic, I know, but if
Yes.
you can break it down into different
Hmm.
career levels, like what is possible. You don't have to give me a long and short answer. It can be controversial, but we are okay with it. Like,
Okay.
okay.
So, this is a really big topic to talk about. Like, I can
Don't
take
worry.
ages to talk
No,
about
no,
this,
no,
but
let's just break it down into something
we're
that will
gonna
help.
break it down, of
Mhm.
course, of course. So, I definitely I'm going to point out some of the things that can actually get us started, because that's the most question we get. How can we get started? Um, First thing, we can identify the interest and the goals in any particular field, because this is a very vast field with various domains like programming, software development, web development, cybersecurity, data analysis, project management.
Nowadays we
So
have AI also, right? Yeah.
AI, oh my God, it's growing. It's growing every single day. So identifying our specific areas can actually help us focus on our efforts and choose the right track. So that will be the first and foremost step to take before getting our hands dirty into the industry. And then we can acquire the relevant education and the relevant skills. Now, some of the misconception that we have is we have to pursue a degree in engineering, computer science, or any STEM field, right? But now the world is changing. Now we can actually go and consider some of the online courses. Coding boot camps are really popular nowadays. We can do some certifications to gain specialized skills in some of our chosen areas of interest, so that way we can acquire the relevant skills that we need according to our interests. um, the third thing is, and it's really important, doesn't matter what is your background, a strong professional network is really essential for career growth. Now, what Bangladeshi women can do is join some of the IT related professional groups, organizations, or conferences, or participate in any networking events like this.
Just like
Connecting,
this one. That's why we got you
just
here.
like this one, exactly. Connecting with like minded professionals, mentors, and role models who can actually provide some valuable guidance, advices, and career opportunities. Um, this is absolutely important. The fourth thing I would actually mention is gaining some of the practical experiences through freelance projects. Now, we do start with online courses, we do get through the boot camps, and then we kind of stop. We take a step back and we don't know where to go. So, we can actually start taking on projects and offer the hands-on experiences to apply our knowledge scenarios.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, assalamu alaikum.
কে বলছেন? Okay, please, Apu, you can continue, please.
Sure.
Yeah. If you have any,
Um,
just to interrupt, if anybody has any questions, you can put it in the chat. Apu and the other guest members can also participate in that Q&A session later on. Apu, please continue.
sure, sure. So as I was saying, applying our hands-on skills to the projects will help us practice more, and seeking these projects through any IT companies or volunteering, even volunteering in any projects can provide practical skills to enhance our resumes and make us more competitive in the job market. Um, the fifth thing that I want to talk about is continuously updating our skills and knowledge. Now, as I said, people, they go through online courses, they go through boot camps, but they stop in the middle. They start applying, they do not get any response, and they just give up on it. That is the biggest problem I have seen, and it is really common among women. So we have to keep ourselves updated. We have to take on the skills. Just Bhaiya, you just mentioned about AI. So now AI is getting really popular and people are jumping on it and they're just trying to gain a lot of skills, mastering the skills of AI. And this is an opportunity. This is the opportunity. Like if you are ongoing with the skill development process, the doors to new opportunities are open for you. The next thing is seeking mentorship and guidance, which comes to the similar um, topic about networking and getting into more professional groups. It's like you're seeking for mentorship and guidance in your role or in the career track um, you do want to excel in. Building a professional portfolio is also very important when you are doing any projects. Doesn't matter that is that can be a school project, case studies, or any relevant work that you have completed. Building a professional portfolio can actually get you somewhere in your career which you really didn't think of. Um, then staying resilient and embracing any challenges can actually make you set your goals and achieve them, and maintain a growth mindset by learning from your challenges. So I would definitely say that being adaptable, persistent, and willing to learn from your failures will really help you navigate through the ups and downs in your career journey.
Okay, that's an
Um,
awesome thing that you spoke about. There's a lot of things you covered, and one of the things you covered is I just want to add some comments on it. Is that you mentioned about Bangladeshi women doing networking events and having a role model. This is exactly the
mhm,
reason why we brought you here, because we want to have Bangladeshi women who work in IT to be our role models for the Bangladeshi community. That's the reason why Bitna stands out, and Bitna wants to create that platform in order to see someone like you yourself as a role model to the Bangladeshi woman who can actually watch this video later on and then learn from it, and they learn and they get the inspiration from it. Because আমি বাংলাতে কিছু কথা বলি, ছোটবেলা থেকে বাপ মারা আমাদেরকে বলে যে অমুক আপু এটা করছে, অমুক ভাই এটা করছে, তুমি কেন পারো না? So it sounds bad for what our parents have actually injected in our brains psychologically from when we were from our childhood, but it works for the Bangladeshi community. Because you know why?
yeah.
It's so much ingrained in our society that when we see somebody doing being successful, we try to
Mhm,
pursue by doing what that person is doing in order to be successful. So that is actually the key, a key indicate key way. That is actually the only way that we can actually grow professionally in the professional
mhm,
career right now. And we want to have more Bangladeshi women like you who are already pursuing an IT career to be a role model, because they can see, oh, Sanila আপু করছে, আমিও করতে পারবো, উনাকে দেখে আমিও শিখবো, আমি উনার মতো
absolutely.
স্মার্ট হতে চাই. So we want to have that, and we want to bring that
Mhm,
into our networking events and meetup events in order to make sure we can grow together as
mhm,
well. Not just the
yeah.
women, also the men as well. We can also connect with each other, and the networking, the events that we have. Like I network with you, I network with another Apu who needs help, and she knows me, I know her. I can refer her to somewhere else, and I can let her grow. And together we grow as a community together. That's what we're trying to achieve
Yeah,
here,
of course, of
right?
course.
Anyway,
Um,
having said that, I'll move on to the next topic. I don't want to bore everybody with a lot of stuff
before
here.
that, I do really want to mention something. You have my
Please.
LinkedIn posted on the group. So if anyone have any question, they can always knock me on LinkedIn. I am ready to help.
That's so wonderful and helpful of you, Shanshani Lapu. Thank you so much. Anyway, the next topic we're going to talk about is a very hot topic. Okay, I have a lot of comments about this topic. Talk about the upward mobility in IT careers, such as project manager or CTO, or or IT managers for Bangladeshi
Mm-hmm,
women. If we compare this to our neighboring country, for example, India,
mm-hmm,
they are women from that country, our neighboring country, have excelled in the IT career in this country, in North American society, and some of them have gone to different heights, like becoming even CTO or IT director, or
mm-hmm,
or taking up lead roles in the IT careers. aren't we Bangladeshi women kind of lagging behind compared to Indian women? আমি দেখছি ওরা ইন্ডিয়ান womenরা
Hmm.
ইংলিশ ওয়াইজ ওদের ইন্ডিয়ান ইংলিশ অ্যাকসেন্ট নিয়েও জিন্স প্যান্ট শার্ট পরে তারা বড় বড় ডাইরেক্টর হয়ে গেছে। I'm just putting a little joke, humor there.
Right.
Don't take it in a negative way. I'm just telling it in a
Right.
humorous way that they have done it. Why can't we do it?
Exactly. That's a really good point that you mentioned. And that was the first question came in my mind when I actually entered this area. The zone is full of talented Indian women professionals, and I was
We
missing
also have
out
talented
on,
women professionals, but why aren't we
of
going there?
course,
That is my question.
exactly. That is the point. Now it's not like we do not have the talent, or we do not have the brain to kind of get into this industry. It's worth noting that both Bangladesh and India have a talent pool in IT sector, but India has a larger population and more established IT industry. But our women, Bangladeshi women, they are taking a step back every time they want to go and pursue an IT career because of lack of confidence. First thing. Second thing, they think tech career is really a challenging career for them. And a lack of professional networks, of course. So these three things are at the top. Now, it is heartbreaking that we do not see many women, but they do have the same amount of skills our neighboring country has.
Countries
But
include করলো, সবাইকে গ্রুপ
countries.
করলাম, অসুবিধা
I
নেই।
know this
পাকিস্তান
is a very
পাকিস্তান, মালদ্বীপ,
I know this is a
শ্রীলঙ্কাকে
very
গ্রুপ করলাম, কোনো
controversial.
অসুবিধা নাই। শ্রীলঙ্কাকে
Yes, I
গ্রুপ
mean
করলাম, নেপালকে গ্রুপ
there's
করলাম, অসুবিধা নেই।
so many women from Hispanic women. They're also good in tech. I have seen Japanese and Chinese women. They're really good at math, and they're coming into the IT industry as well. So this is a very controversial topic, but I'm just going to focus on our women, Bangladeshi women. It's like they are not confident enough that they can actually do good. And about the public speaking, it doesn't matter if you have an accent, doesn't matter if you do not sound like a local American, but if you can explain what you're trying to explain, that's good enough for other people. So building confidence, doing some of the workshops, coming to the webinars and events can help them achieve and overcome these brain blockers to go forward and try to pursue the careers. Now, you guys are doing really great on your group. Like you're including everyone who are not from the IT background as well. So I mean, people can start from here.
Acha. So I have a couple of comments which I want to make before we start taking questions. The comments is, sometimes what happens is, there's a lot of cultural barrier becomes a big problem in our Bangladesh society, but আমাদের neighboring country গুলোতেও কিন্তু cultural barrier আছে, কিছুটা হলেও আছে। I'm not sure. I don't. I cannot say much about Nepal or Sri Lanka, but I think India I can speak that. ওদেরও তো অনেক cultural barrier আছে, ওটাও অনেকটা patriarchal society like our society. Still, a lot of norms are. But just one thing I want to add over here, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of gender equality, Bangladesh is actually ahead of India and Pakistan and other South Asian countries. We're actually number one in the gender equality part. That, as per some research I've done from Google search, that we are actually much better than that. Since we are much better than that, I think we can allow Bangladeshi women to pursue a better career through our society, and we can actually excel forward. I think so. What do you think, Apu?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we are way ahead of India and Pakistan. Of course, Pakistan is not as liberal as our women. But এখানে কালচারাল ব্যাপারটা যদি আমি বলি, এখানে সবকিছুই চলে আসে হচ্ছে একটা women, how they are actually performing in their familial duties and taking on the household responsibilities. আমরা এত বেশি নিজেদেরকে household chores and kids and families এর মধ্যে we kind of soak us in that we forget that there is an outside world, and নিজের অজান্তেই we kind of blame our responsibilities for this, but we forget আমাদের কিন্তু ব্যালেন্স করারও অনেক ওয়ে আছে. There's so many women, they're doing that. Indian women, they're also cooking cooked meals, they're taking care of their kids, they're taking care of their families as well, but they're also excelling in their career. Now, আমাদের নিজেদের motivationটা, we lose it every single day when we're involved in our families too much. I'm not saying this is a wrong thing to do. You have to do this, but work-life balance শুরু already মানে অনেক আগে থেকে শুরু হয়ে গেছে. But work-life balance যদি হইতে পারে, then you can make a balance into your career and your um life. Now, এখানে I also would like to say some of the family members should come forward and help them as well. So if you are open and if you're talking to your family members, your husband, your in-laws, your kids, if you are actually including them into this journey, it becomes much more easier.
Thank you very much for that point. The reason why that point is valid because I know a friend আমাদের গ্রুপের মধ্যে রাজীব ভাই রাজীব ভাই হচ্ছে he's actually a big data specialist. উনি মাঝে মাঝে আমাদের মিট আপে আসে. He's a very good friend of mine. উনার ওয়াইফও একজন QA and he has actually supported his wife a lot. I mean, he kept up some separate housekeeping person to take care of the household chores so that his wife can
Amazing.
pursue an QA career. So that's just an example of one of what my friend is doing. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think it's about time we can introduce and do a meet and greet with every other member who's here, who's been quietly listening to us, and I think it's time for them to speak up. We will try to meet and greet with Shanila Apu with everyone. Let's just do meet and greet, and we'll take some questions for her. Okay, Raju Bhai, you can start and just briefly introduce yourself to Shanila Apu, and then we'll move forward with the next person.
Okay, you are putting me on the spot. I was not ready, but
No, it's just a meet and greet session. Then we'll do a QA. Q&A
okay.
session, sorry, not QA.
Yeah, I think not everyone may be in the position to unmute because I heard that some people are in engagement, but I can introduce myself. My name is Raju. I have a nonprofit called Prayers Connect and also involved in some other nonprofit. Also, I work as an engineering manager at IBM in the industry for like maybe I forgot how long, 15 years now. So
You're still young, don't worry.
Yeah, I think that actually confirmed that I'm not. So yeah, I know
You're still young. You're still young.
Yeah.
If you told me 30, then I'll consider the other opposite word.
Yeah. Okay. But nice meeting you all. Thanks, Sanila for your insights about career for our women.
Okay. Now
Thank
we
you
have a
so much.
number here 929-371 17999 এই number যে call করেছেন. I think you can introduce yourself to Shanila Apu and to the whole team panel, and please go ahead and whoever you are. Sorry.
Yeah, hi. Hi, this is Fahad. Sorry, I joined with the link that you provided. I don't have the Zoom installed on my phone.
Don't worry. Please can you introduce yourself
Yeah,
to
sure. I work in Barclays in the bank. I started working like 12 years back. I'm now like service operations manager for post trading there.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, this is Abrar Bhai. Okay, thank you very much. Now I know who you are. Okay, now we'll meet another. Right. So right now we're gonna meet one of our other co-founders, Riaz Patwari Bhai. Riaz Bhai and Raju Bhai are the co-founders of this Bitna group. Riaz Bhai, just briefly introduce yourself, and then we'll take some questions for her.
Hey, Assalamu alaikum, bhai. My name is Riaz, as Yasin Bhai said. I currently work for S&P Global. I work in QA as the Apu is working and actually giving some very good insight about the career. So thank you, Apu. I appreciate all this. And I think
nice meeting you.
Nice meeting. Oh, we have another woman participants here. Famida Kazi Apu. Apu, please introduce yourself to Shanila Apu. This is actually the session where you should be here. Hello, Apu. Famida Kazi Apu, are you speaking? Okay, I cannot hear her voice. So, okay, I'll move on to Saraf Talukdar bhai. Saraf bhai is also one of the group admins here and moderator teams here. Saraf bhai, just briefly introduce yourself. Okay, all right. So I think we have Mishu bhai and someone unknown. Mishu bhai, you just briefly introduce yourself and then we take some questions for Apu.
Hi, Yasin bhai. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Mishu. Sorry, I'm actually out in an event. So just quickly introducing myself. I work as a network engineer for New York Presbyterian Hospital. I've been working since 2016. And thank you, Yasin bhai, and everyone for arranging such a wonderful event. Good luck. Thank you.
Okay, we have someone with an
Nice meeting you.
unknown দেখাচ্ছে এখানে. I'm not sure who you are. If you can introduce yourself. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's take some questions. Does anybody have any questions regarding Bangladeshi women's role in IT career? All the stuff that we talked about, and please feel free to ask any questions to Apu. She'll be, willing to participate and answer those questions. Anyone has any questions, please? Anybody? Raju bhai, Riyaz bhai, any Famida Kazi, Apu. Anybody has any questions? Abrar bhai. Anybody has any questions about anything in particular?
I think I'm generally curious about like beginning, especially like people. Sorry, Sanila, but I did not capture like whether you talked about that already. But I'm curious how you got into like IT or software testing, as you mentioned. And I think that is something I would be curious to learn, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I myself, how I got in?
Yes.
Okay.
The reason why we're
Um,
asking this because we can we can
Right.
actually we can use that as a message to the Bangladeshi woman in the community.
Yeah, of course, of course. That is really an interesting thing to discuss. So I was from a complete different background. I was doing bachelor's in accounting back in Australia, and I didn't really know that you can get into a STEM field without having a bachelor's degree in computer science. So when I came to this country in 2014, my sister and my brother-in-law, they introduced me with this QA because my sister was in the QA field, though she had a perfect computer science degree. But she was like, how about you do a boot camp and start doing some freelancing? And when I learned about QA, I really got interested about testing because it was something new to me at that point. Like in 2014, it was really a new topic for me. So I started doing some freelancing, and then eventually I got into a contract position as a QA, as a junior QA. And then I thought, I should get some more, educational background. And then I started doing my bachelor's again, and I graduated last year. So that's how I got in. It was just one day we were talking about QAs and I liked it and I started doing it.
Okay. Any other question? Let's take the next question from anyone. Does Riyaz bhai have any questions for her about Bangladeshi women's role, career in IT? Thank you, Raju bhai. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, I mean, probably some advice. So if someone wants to actually start like you who doesn't have background, where do they start from?
For Bangladeshi women specifically,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Yes. Okay. So this is a good question, and we really talked about it. Someone who is not from the background, they can actually start from the boot camps. They are the amazing places to start with because the boot camps will introduce you with the basics. Like they will start from ABC, not A for Apple. So that is the first thing we need to find out, like where they're giving you the from the basic to the practical experiences, then they can also start by taking some online courses, which can be from Udemy or Coursera. So those are the platforms, or attending any webinars and events like this can also help them understand where to go and what are available out there.
Okay, so let's take another question. Does Bishu Bhai, you have any questions for her for Bangladeshi women's role in IT career? Anybody else? Please feel free to ask any questions. I have gazillion questions. I don't know why nobody has any questions. All right, Bishu, anybody else has Famida, Kazi, Apu, you have any questions? Sarab Bhai, this is Q&A session. Please kindly ask questions. Okay, I have one question for Apu. Okay, I have different questions of different perspective. My question is basically like the education that Bangladeshi women get before they come to this country. Okay, and how does that education knowledge, there's different kind of education knowledge, like universities like North South IUB is one thing, Jahangirnagar University is one thing, it's totally different spectrum, and some other colleges and universities is one thing. And someone who's worked in a total different profession, like one of my khala, she was a director of Dhaka Bank, so she has lots of knowledge about banking, but her English proficiency skill kotota bhalo na, so she had to end up working in a catering service somewhere else, but she had a very respectful job and all that. So I wanted her to pursue an IT career, but then I found out that she was struggling with some of the stuff, so I didn't ask her to. I asked her not to. She also told me that she wants to refrain from achieving it. So which is okay from that perspective. So I just want what my basic question is: the background of the educational background that Bangladeshi women have before they come to this country, does that help them to come and pursue IT career right away by doing a boot camp, or there's some others extra special skill that they need to learn in order to pursue a career?
So
it's a very complicated question. I'm sorry, but
no, it's really an amazing question. So I am going to break down, as you said, people come from different universities, different major, different backgrounds, right? And they kind of come here and struggle finding something relevant to their skills if they do want to get into IT field. Now, IT field is not only about it's not only about that. There is so many things, like if you are an expert on banking domain, you can find exactly something related to banking domain. That can be either project management, that can be either consulting. You can be an IT consultant, you can be a QA consultant, you can be a Scrum Master. You do not need a coding. You don't have to know Java, C++, or Python to actually become a project manager, or actually to become a Scrum Master, or an agile consultant. There are so many other fields. Now, doesn't matter from which university you are from. If you have the perfect dedication and the right motivation to learn something new, you can do it. There should be a can-do attitude, not like, can I do it or not? I'm from that university. It doesn't really matter. North-South Hook, East-West Hook doesn't really matter. BBA Hook or textile engineering Hook, it doesn't really matter. If you have the right motivation, you do want to do this, you really want to pursue it, you just have to find the right career track. I do know someone, Amar Ekjon Apu. She was a doctor in PG hospital in Bangladesh. She got into QA engineering. এখন উনার ভালো লাগছে, she really wanted to learn coding and she really wanted to get into that. But it's just an example. She was a doctor. It's a complete 360 career change. So if you are looking for something that, if you're good at public speaking, let's say, you can actually become a business analyst. You just have to talk to your clients. Right. If you are good at management work, doesn't matter. You were a supervisor in somewhere in Bangladesh. You can manage the projects You can manage a team, become a team lead. You don't want to talk to anyone, become a manual QA and stand beside, right? You just hide behind the computer and let the developers and let the business analysts do the thing. You just push your tickets and you're done with
Get
the
the
day.
job done, and then you go back to your family.
Yeah,
That's
and
also
eat your
possible.
developer's head, eat their brain, and you're done.
Awesome.
So
Okay, I don't know about the eat the brain part, but
we
but
like doing
I just hope my wife doesn't eat the brain after she watches this. Just a joke. I just want to throw in there. So anyway, we have another guest here, Moshur Kondokar Bhai. I think I know Moshur Bhai. Moshur Bhai, do you have any questions regarding Bangladeshi women's role in IT career? Please go ahead and ask our guest speaker, Sanila Tahsin Apu.
Sure. So, what is the entry barrier for new professionals? How would you guide them, or what would be your suggestion for them to take a boot camp, or to go through a 4 years college degree, or to get some career counseling? What would be your suggestions to those folks who are interested to get into this profession?
Mm-hmm. Great question. So the first and foremost thing I definitely would want them to think about talking to an expert who knows the field and to identify where they stand, what they want to do in future, which career track would be good for them. First, they should identify that, and then they should go for a boot camp, but look for the proper one. Some of the boot camps, they are so technical that you get so confused. You're more confused than you were before. So look for the right people. That is why networking is so important, why involving in these type of webinars and groups are so important. So look for a proper boot camp which will give you every basic ideas of what you're supposed to do, and then you can take it from there. Yeah, and for your bachelor degree, it's just an option. You like it, you do it. You don't like it, you don't do it.
Okay, so as anybody has any other questions? I was expecting questions for some women participants. Like, is there some Apu here, Famida Kazi on the line? Apu, if you have any questions, please ask Sanila Tahsin Apu if you have any. Or if you're shy to ask, that's okay with us too. I'm not gonna judge
You
anyone
can
here.
write it on the chat too, right?
You can write it on the chat also if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Rajiv Bhai has joined, I think. Rajiv Bhai, do you have any questions? Oh, there's someone called Sabrina Apu. Sabrina Apu, how are you? I think I know her quite well. She joins our meetup all the time. Sabrina Apu, if you have any questions to Sanila Apu, you can ask about Bangladeshi women's role in IT career. Apu, are you there? Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, Walaikum salam. Hi. Yes, I used to join previous webinars from this group. So
Today's
yes,
topic
since
is Bangladeshi women's role in IT career. So today is actually a good opportunity for you to ask Sharila Apu, who works in IT, about some about career opportunities for Bangladeshi women. So if you have any questions, please go ahead.
yes, so I actually had a question, but one bhaiya just asked that question.
You can
So
ask
I got
again.
my
You can ask
answer.
again. You can ask again. Don't worry.
So it was about like is the boot camp is more helpful, or the college degree is more helpful to get into the IT career? So that was my question.
Mm-hmm.
Briefly,
I want
yeah.
to elaborate a little bit, since two people have the same question, and I'm pretty sure many people have this question in their mind. Why I really want to say why, in my opinion, bootcamp is more beneficial, because boot camps are always they're focused on the skills you would like to pursue, the skills you want to develop, and the career you would like to get into. Now, the college degree, they have so many curriculums, they have so many books and capstone projects and everything that will confuse you. But if you really, if it's also for someone who already has a bachelor's degree. Do they want to go for another 4 year? I really don't think so. I mean, so the boot camps are like, if you do want to do a QA, you do want to become a QA, you only go for QA courses. You do not go for project management, business analyst, data analyst, cloud computing. You do not go for that. So it's helpful for you to understand each and every aspect of what is QA, how to become a QA, what a QA does, and you also get hands-on experience by the project work you do at the end of the courses. So that is why I think that is more helpful.
Okay. We also have another person here, Rajib Bhai. Rajib Bhai, you have any questions for Sanila Apu today before we end the Q&A session?
No, I don't have it, but I can add one more from my personal experience. So my wife, she was a different career.
This is
She
Rajib Bhai I was talking about. Sanila Apu, go ahead. I gave
Oh.
your example to her already. Yeah, please go ahead.
So she, once I get married, I told her you can join this IT, but she doesn't like it. But anyway, I'll make it short. So the problem is whatever Sanila said, which is absolutely correct. We need this like boot camp and all other stuff. But beside of that, I would add one more step, that the family support is very important. Because sometimes, especially candidate, they might be give up, and family especially. I saw that once she is give up because she doesn't know that many things. And the first interview, second interview was really, really bad. And so I just explained her that, yeah, this is nothing, like at least you need to go through like 10 interview, might be good. So I still remember she has a problem with Java connection because she was an automation engineer. She was trying to automation. Now she's an automation engineer right now. So, but what I'm trying to do is let you know, guys, that is not only candidate effort, is a combined effort. Family needs, if like married, then husband definitely needs to help. Yeah, then another party, like they needs friends, family, all together. Is it like kind of team was? But this is like it's kind of impedance in the life. But once you get it done, then you don't remember all of them. But yeah, all supports like needs for getting this goal. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed that Dayan joined. Dayan, this is the Q&A session. Do you have any questions for Sanila Apu regarding Bangladeshi women's role in IT career? You can go ahead and ask now because we're gonna end the Q&A session soon.
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
You're okay. All right. I think our Q&A session ends right here. And we have a special surprise for Sanila Apu. The surprise is Raju Bhai, we have Raju Bhai is going to give you a gift, which is like a JetBrains account, which you can use to download some JetBrains thing. So I think I have your email here, which I've already given it to Raju Bhai. So Raju Bhai is going to CC me as well. We're going to email it to you. This is one of the perks of joining, networking with Bitna. So, since we'd like to give you special thanks to you for coming here and giving us a speech and being a special guest speaker for the Bangladeshi women's role in IT career. Thank you very much, Apu.
Thank you so
Sorry, I
much.
can't clap very loud.
It's
I'll
such
just
an
clap in front
honor.
of my mic just to make sure you can hear my clapping noise. Just to make sure it's a little bit more audible, so that you can hear what it is. So Raju Bhai,
Thank
anything you
you
want to
so
add to
much.
that? Anything you want to add to that JetBrains account thing? I mean. Oh, only a clap. Okay. All right. Clap emoji. All right.
No, I think I can quickly add. So JetBrains is a popular IDE maker, right? You may all know, familiar. So I think recently we had a quote unquote partnership with them, and they granted us licenses to give away to our community. And Yasin decided to give that to our guest speakers as a thank you, like a notation. So Sanila, we'll send that to you, inshallah.
So much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot.
If anybody doesn't have any questions, we can actually stop the recording and go to Take Adda session. The Take Adda session we can be in any language. So if that's okay, I think we'll stop the recording for now. And we'd like to thank everyone for joining our technological session meetup today. Thank you very much, Sanila Apu. Thank you very much.